Hi everyone, I'm John Daly. I wanted to share a story with you, something that happened to me a few years ago that I thought you might find interesting. I was at that time the head of training and development for a life sciences company, about 56 countries. And we had built the College of Sales and Science. My team was amazing. But what was interesting is we launched a brand new product. It was an oligos kit. And that's not important, but oligos is another word for DNA. And this kit was supposed to help degraded DNA be identified. Could be thousands of years old, millions of years old. The kit had had success with this. It was amazing. It was a breakthrough. And as usual, the marketing team put together their training program for the sales team. We reviewed it, edited, and approved it, and they taught it. After the workshop, sales reps went out in the field, of course. And 4 or 5 weeks later, I get a call from the head of marketing. He says, "John, your sales reps suck." He said, that was an amazing breakthrough, amazing product, and it hasn't sold anything. The product's not the problem, John. Your sales team is. So my team got together and discussed it, and my director said, "John, I want you to do the workshop." So we took the program back. We reviewed the workshop, made some edits again. This time we launched it, but I taught it. And then once the class was over, I announced that every 2 weeks we would have a Zoom call. I think back then it was something else, WebEx or something. And for 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours per district. That was a big commitment. But they were supposed to go out and try it and then come back after 2 weeks, give us success stories or challenges, and we'd work through them. Now, we understood thought leaders and followers, and we had never looked at it before, but it dawned on us the sales team probably has thought leaders and followers. So we tried to identify who we thought the thought leaders were in this workshop. And then we called on them first at the 2-week Zoom meeting. And lo and behold, the thought leaders raved about the product. They had amazing stories to tell. They had some challenges. I mean, one of them was, which seemed logical to me. Some of the scientists said, well, this is smoke and mirrors. You're probably, making up DNA. This is just bogus. So we got the R&D director on the call, and together we came up with a program, a way to explain to the scientists so that they understood this wasn't smoke and mirrors. It was real. And then we asked the followers, the rest of them, 80%, what they thought. And they either didn't try it or they told us it was horrible and it didn't work. But they heard the thought leaders. Matter of fact, we ended the call with a couple more thought leaders telling us their success stories. They heard that loud and clear. 2 weeks went by. We thought we may have some more buy-in. We were surprised. The thought leaders again started raving about what they had, but more of the followers started raving, telling us they tried it. The other guys were right. This was amazing. We again had some challenges we worked through together or brought in whoever the talent was we needed to come up with a solution. But this went on for, I think, 4 calls, so about 8 weeks. And after 8 weeks, marketing called and said, we're out of product. We don't have any more kits. Manufacturing can't keep up with the production, with the sales. I don't understand how you did that. So we went over it with them, exactly how we did it. The workshop was not much different than theirs, but this time we had follow-up calls every 2 weeks. We said, do you think you can take this on from now on? I didn't have the staff to do that kind of work. And he said, oh yeah, we can do it, no problem. So the next product came out and marketing put together a workshop. We edited it just like normal. They put it on and then they did the 2-week follow-up calls. We didn't hear the enthusiasm from the thought leaders the first 2 weeks. And of course, we didn't hear any enthusiasm from the followers. 2 weeks later again, we still didn't see the enthusiasm. We didn't see the followers getting on board or adoption. Why? Why was this happening? Marketing says, well, your program doesn't work. This is just bogus. So we put our heads together and tried to figure it out. And what we figured out was sales reps, a lot like CEOs and VPs, they have a smell test. If they don't think you've carried a bag, you've been responsible for a quota, you've had to deal with an irate customer, you've had to sell somebody on using something they've never used before. If they didn't think you've walked the walk, they didn't want to hear your talk. My boss said, what are you going to do, John? So we had to make sure that on every future call, we had people hosting the follow-up calls that were actually in the sales profession or had been for a significant amount of time, and they could lead the calls. And it did work. Now, for the last 15 years, that's exactly what the Daily Group has done, because we wanted to be successful. We wanted our clients to be successful. We didn't just want to put on workshops and collect your fees and, be done with it. No, we wanted you to leave the workshop and be successful implementing the program in the field. So we've carried on this tradition, and I hope you found this story interesting, and I hope it gives you some insight into why we do what we do. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Take care.